This is the plaintiff, David Bonaiuto. He said the defendant hired him to remove 4.5 feet of snow and ice from his roof. It took him and his guys all day to do it, and the defendant only paid him half of what he owed them. The guy should be ashamed of himself and hopes the judge will throw the book at him and order him to pay the $600 he's owed. This is the defendant, Mahmoud Al-Bayati. He says the plaintiff had a bunch of inexperienced kids remove the snow from his roof, and they damaged his gutters and some shingles because they didn't know what they were doing. He had to spend $5,000 in repairs, and if the plaintiff thinks he's getting another dime out of him, well, the guy's crazy. He's accused of putting a freeze on the roof cleaner.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, David Bonaiuto, you are suing Mahmoud Al-Bayati for $600 that you say is still owed to you for snow removal that he refused to finish paying you for. Tell me, what's going on?
He called me up and wanted his roof, cleared off, and me and 4 gentlemen went over.
What was wrong with his roof? Feet of snow?
Well, it was under about 4.5 feet of snow in some areas with the drifts. And we went over there and we...
Is this what you do for a living?
This is what we did at that time. I do odd jobs. And he had called and we had an agreement. Went over, did...
What was the agreement?
The agreement originally was for $1,500. Then he left a piece of paper stating he'd pay $1,300. So
can I see a piece of paper?
Sure. If you look at that, he also wanted to defraud the insurance company.
Okay, we will pay you cash $1,300, but that wasn't the agreement according to you. The agreement was $1,500, so why didn't you just turn around and leave? You need the money?
Well, we were already started, and then that came out afterwards.
Okay, were you fine with the $1,300? Is that apparently?
I would have been okay with it.
Can you write an invoice to Doug? He is an adjuster for the insurance. Write it for $2,000, paid in cash instead of $1,300. Thank you. Who wrote this note?
Nobody wrote note. There's nothing. Everything over the phone.
So you guys didn't write this note?
I never see his face until he got the $700. I didn't know who's the owner. What? Is that just?
You guys didn't write this note?
No.
Okay. Do you want to see it?
No, I can't see it. Yeah.
See it. You don't want to see it, but I'm going to show it to you anyway.
Sorry.
All right. So what happens?
We finished the job, and then he says, "Well, I'm not going to pay unless you tear the gutters down."
Do you have a contract in writing about what the scope of your work was for $1,500 or $1,300?
No.
Was tearing the gutters down part of the job?
No.
Was tearing the gutters down part of the job?
Your Honor.
Yes or no? Was
no.
Tearing? No. So why then would he tell you I'm not going to pay you because you didn't tear down the gutters?
He wanted the insurance company, he wanted to make a claim against him and say that he lost his gutters and all that. And I told him I'm not going to do that. If you want your gutters torn off, you're going to have to write me a letter saying you're not going to come back after me.
Okay. And you had all this discussion verbally?
Yes.
Were there any witnesses to the discussion?
Well, his wife was there after when I collected.
She's not going to testify for you. That's my guess. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe she's not happy with him. But my best guesstimate, having done this and having the sharp legal mind I have, is that she is not going to testify for you. All right. What's going on?
We have a tremendous amount of snow, and the problem with my house was the ice over the gutter that make the water running into my house, damage everything inside. So the insurance adjuster said, I want you to clean the ice as soon as possible because there is snow, another storm coming. All the water going to go into your house again. So hire somebody as soon as possible. So my problem is not the snow, the ice. I told the lady over the phone, my problem is not the snow, it's the ice. So when she asked...
Do you have a lady who receives calls from you guys?
Francine is my secretary, but me and Mahmoud had talked about this. We came up with an agreement. Okay, when the job was completed, then all of a sudden his tune changed.
Did you not remove ice?
We did not remove ice out of his gutters. I told him you needed ice melt for that. He wanted me to take a sledgehammer and knock his gutters off the house, which I was not going to do.
All right.
$1,500 when he say $1,500, I say this guy professional. He got the proper equipment. Ice.
What would make you say that just because somebody charges a lot and they don't have a contract, they don't specify, you don't make them. You don't say, because if anybody comes to my house to do $1,500 worth of work, you better believe there's going to be a contract. And then I can see if they have official letterhead and an official contract written, then I can judge that they're a professional. I don't think somebody's a professional because they want to take my money.
Is it true that when people tend to charge more, they're the ones that tend to do a better job?
No, not necessarily. You really need to do your research on the service you're getting, I think.
But is it a fair general statement that people who charge more are better?
No, I don't think so.
You're going to be the final word in this.
I think that when people charge, whatever amount of money, then it's up to the person to decide whether they're going to actually take the service or not.
So in other words, you won't give me an answer, yes or no. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Why don't you have a contract?
I didn't have a contract. He doesn't want cash. He asked for cash.
What difference does it make? You have a contract with cash. You just can't cheat the tax man. What does paying cash have anything to do with whether you have a contract that spells out the scope of the work when someone's doing a several $1,000s job on your property?
Your Honor, I asked the lady, I told her, my problem is with the ice. And when she heard, I'm going to pay ready to pay $1,500, they send the guys right away. I show up, when I came, they just finished the job, finished the cleaning. They break a lot of shingles, about 30, 40 shingles.
Do you have pictures of the shingles broken?
Yeah, Your Honor.
How do you know they broke it and the snow didn't break it? The weight of the snow, which is a problem.
I think when they were in the rocking, they
what do you think? I'm asking you, how do you know that they broke it and not the snow?
Before.
Well, you don't know what happened with the weight of the snow until the snow's off, right? What's this a picture of?
That's in the beginning. When the snow looked like.
This to show that it's a lot of snow. What's this a picture of?
That's when after melting the snow after like 15 days or 1 month, when everything got melt. This is how it looked like.
I don't understand what your complaint is. Did you want them to rip off the gutters, or did you not want?
I never asked them for it. They made up stuff. When you break things, you blame it on. They blame it on me because they can't get it. It's really hard work. I thought they are professional.
Okay. What was it you expected them to do for the $1,300?
Melt the snow, the ice.
From the gutters. Leave the gutters there, melt the snow from the ice.
Yeah.
Were you making an insurance claim?
Yes, and they didn't give me invoice to the company, the insurance company, and that's why the insurance company refused to pay me $5,000.
Why should they pay you $5,000 if the invoice is $1,300?
No, for the fixing the roof.
You sure you didn't write this?
There's no my handwriting. I don't know what that piece of paper.
Go on.
That was taped on the door when I walked up. It was taped right onto the door.
Their door?
No, their door. He went home and he saw this on his door. Yeah, that's what he said. No, your door. And I don't know when else, because you say you didn't talk to them until it was over. So when else would you have, quote, negotiated the price down to $1,300 when you got them to your house telling them $1,500? That starts to sound like maybe you wrote this note, which I wouldn't admit to either if I were you, because this note makes you look like you're a fraud, an insurance fraud.
Your Honor, it's a hard job.
We're done. Yeah, it is a hard job. It is. It is. It's hard to get somebody over there in a rush. It's hard to get the job done. And that's why you're dangling the carrot of $1,500, which then becomes, which I believe with all my soul, $1,300, which then becomes after they do the job $700. We're done. We're done. I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiff, $600 in favor of the plaintiff.
Thank you.
All right, just hold on right there, please.
Well, let's see what the defendant has to say coming out on the losing end of this case. You're done, she says, and so you lose.
I think he's taking advantage of people, and I hope IRS could collect their money.
It looks like you just tried to scam him down on the price a little bit, according to the evidence there.
I don't think so.
On what you paid?
I think...
who wrote that contract up that was...
No, he's just making stuff up. I think he just... I don't know.
Where did that piece of paper come from with the new...
I have no idea. I mean, he wrote it?
Because
he wrote
we
it?
We told him with the name of the adjuster. So that's why they wrote that. It was the damage to our roof and to the gutters.
Just head right this way, okay? All right, thank you very much. All right, so step on in here. What do you think about the outcome here?
I think justice has been served. I believe this gentleman has a habit of doing this to people, and this time he didn't win.
Contract is a good idea. I mean...
Yeah, next time, but, you know...
That's rule number one in here.
Yes, yes. But we had a lot of snow, and people were desperate, and... Contract.
Harvey?
Thank you.
Okay, Kurt, it is insane to start a job before you get a price from the contractor you hire. You are asking for a lawsuit. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.